Here's a delightful picture, folks. A chimp. I did a chimp quite a few years ago on video. So it's going to be interesting to see how things have changed and techniques have changed since those days. And we're going to start off actually by doing the ears. Now, you'll say, well, you normally do the ears, but ordinarily I'd be drawn to the face first of all here. But I'm going to do the ears because I want to set up the colour for the face, because it's going to be the same, basically the same colour tones. It'll give me a little bit of practice before we get on to the main face itself, and I suggest you do the same, although I'll be giving you the colours anyway, but I still think it's a good idea to do those two first. So it's the two ears and the face, and then we'll start the fur and leave the hand until later. I'm going to start on this side, inevitable white, but just on that area there. We need too much to worry about that line. If it does interfere, I can always get rid of it, but I'm going to be putting dark fur around the ear, so that will hide that line anyway. And when you get down to there, I think we need just a little bit of grey here. I'm using the earthy greys. This is 270, and then 273, because it's very dark in here. Although I say it's very dark, it's also going to be pink too, because we're going to use pink. So we have to strengthen it. Now start off on top of the white. I'm going to use the 132 pink, and I'm also going to use just a little touch of ochre. This is 182. The combination of those two things, the colours will work well. Okay, now we've got a shadow in here, and the shadow will be put in with it won't be a 273. However, can't do that yet, because what I want to do here is to suggest the pink tone, and what I'm using is 225. So a bit 225 in there, because although it's very dark, I want it to have a ready hue to it. And then I'm going to use 175 on top of it. I think we need black in here. No, that's okay, fine. Just straighten up that a little bit. Good. Okay, just a little bit more. 175. That's fine. Now I can use 273 here. Let's darken that. Don't think I want any darker than that. And then I'm going to use 131 pink. Right. Now, just a little bit of white just to curl over that top area, just a touch. That's it. Lovely. And blending. Doesn't matter which blender you use. I'm going to choose to use the pointed one for the moment. So it's quite a lot of colours in there, but I now have a very good understanding of how I want the other ear to look. I want it to come around here like that. I think I've probably got the shape slightly wrong there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, because this will be the first colour I'm going to be using on the fur, 273. So I've just nicked the end. You won't have this problem because your line drawing will be following the picture, this picture I'm doing. So that won't happen to you. No, I'm going to leave that. Happy with it at the moment. So now we move to the other ear, and now we've got a really good idea of what we're doing. So start with the line. Once again, we don't need to worry about the lines, even though they're quite strong on here, simply because we're going to be making them dark alongside them. Dark this side of it and dark this side of it. A little bit of light on there. And you put the white where you see the emphasis of light. left in there. You can put it in quite strongly. I'll be putting pink on top of it as I did with the ear. There. And then the white around here. Quite an easy picture this. I don't think you'll have any problem with it. From my recollection of the last Chimp I did a couple of workshops on it as well, and that all came up really well. Now we need a little bit of white, but we don't need much in here because this is going to be more pink. So basically what I'm going to be doing with the other pink, which is the lighter of the two, 132, we kind of work on two tones. Now the pink can go over the top of the white, and straight away I'd put the white back in again. The reason being, we want it to be quite light, but I wanted that pinky hue to it. See how good that looks. And we also know that we've got to put a bit of ochre in there. So we need a bit of ochre as well. Now that looks lovely. That's almost exactly what I was looking for, colour-wise. Always add more later on. That looks good. So that gives us the formula really for the rest of the year. Now where I haven't got any white, the pink will appear stronger. But where there is white, it will be weakened by the pink will be weakened by it. The idea? Okay. We don't need to blend that just yet. A little bit of ochre in there. And then we'll use the blender. Good. And now the grey. Now the grey, 273, go on top of the pink. There and there. Now that gives us our division, and from that we now need to bring it out a little. Follow that through around here. I'll do all of this here because it's not going to take long. Now in here there's another bumpy bit. And same with that bumpy bit. Now you can put a little bit of the grey on all of the ear, but we need now to straight away think about bringing these light areas back. And you can't really do this until you get to this stage where you have some contrast. And see how good that looks. Now just before I blend it, I'm also going to put another colour in, which is 131. 131 is stronger, and that will add to the grey. Very light. When you look at the sound of the pencil on paper should indicate to you that I'm being very light with it. And you can see how this is becoming working. And we've got to go a little darker in here in a minute. So that's going to be that. And I think before we do anything else, we'll just do a quick blend. Excuse me, I like the idea of having just a little bit of depth on the bottom half of that light area there. Now we've got to darken it. Okay, now I'm going to use another colour for that, a colour that I haven't used yet. Right, this is 169. I say I haven't used it. I think I might have used it in the other ear. Anyway, no, it's 169. And that gives us that extra depth. And this is where we can accentuate that other shadow. There's quite a light shadow in there. This is where it's heavier. It's really good to do this. I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. It's like doing, when you do a human portrait, you get the same kind of tones. Now I do need to darken that further, and this is where we do have a problem. We can't use black, we can't use 175 we could use, but it would be a little bit too fierce, 175, a little bit too earthy. And I'll use it in the other one, but that wasn't as strong. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a brown 177. It doesn't really show up that much as brown because we've got all those other colours, but it's a warmer colour, and I think it will look good. So like I said, it's a good forerunner of how the, put a little bit here before I just break off for a minute my narrative and explain why I did that. Yes, it's a good forerunner of the face because we're now seeing this, and we now bring the other colours back now. Instead of blending this with the blender, I'm just going to try using the other colours, 131 in this particular case, before we use it. Now, the reason I did this here is because we've got a shadow that's coming over, so I might as well put it on while I think of it. A little bit of pink and a little bit of white there. Now that is good. That's good. Love that bit. Really love that bit. Now I'd just make that just a little stronger in there. So now we have the ear looking absolutely stunning. Blending. I'm going to switch to the ivory colour shaper because it's a little stronger than the pointed one. And what I want to do with this is I want to pick some of the colour up that I'm using in here to travel it onto the other areas that haven't had much on. Now, you've seen me do this before, but it is actually really very effective. Good. It's quite dark in here. I might have to use let's just try. This is just an experiment, really. I'm going to try 225 with it because that will work all right. That's good. I wanted it to be sort of a reddy shadow, and that looks really nice. No, I like that. In fact, I like it so much I'm going to repeat it up here now. 177. That's lovely. All we need to do now is go back in now with the white and revisit those areas of the bumps through here and another little bump there. Don't go right up to the edge of that. We want that edge to look as though, like that one does, a little bit of shadow and a bit of interest in it. Good. And through here. Just a touch more shadow, I think. Here. You can play with it. And just a little more wide in here. And I think then, folks, I'm probably going to leave it alone. Because I think that looks great. A little more pink. A little more grey. The only reason I'm doing this is because on the picture it has a grey hue. And I should be doing it again, but we don't blend that, we just put that on at the last minute. Great. One ear done. Okay, I'll pull back and you have a look at that. There, that looks fabulous, doesn't it? Now that's the colours. We've got all the colours now we're going to use for the face. So let's get started with it.